So my message to you all, to everybody, to myself, because when I'm making these videos, it's like I'm talking to myself. These are my ideas. So when I say you guys, I'm not trying to point the finger at you. I'm just as guilty of this shit, okay? I'm not nothing special. I've got just as many problems as everybody else, alright? So I ain't holding myself up to any kind of high horseness. But we really got to start waking up to this bullshit that we're being fed everywhere. It's everywhere. We don't even know what truth is because we have no frame of reference for it. I mean, we don't even know what true love is. We have no frame of reference for that either, you know? We've been taught how to put strings on our children and conditions. We don't show them we truly care and love them. The majority of parents, some of them are not like that, but majority of parents can't fucking not put a price tag on their kids, on love, on sharing that. They always want something, what's in it for me? It's ridiculous. So we don't even know what it is we're searching for, okay? That's why we're stuck in this rabbit hole. That's why we have no clue. That's why we're so damn blind. I mean, look around you. Look at all the apathy that you see. You think this enlightenment age is going to someone? We're all going to miraculously, ding! This is all right. I got it. God consciousness, and then humanity gets saved. That is a fantasy, in the line of bullshit we've been fed. That's what we want to believe. Look around you, man. I mean, we're looking, but we're not observing. We're just looking for what we want to see. Eyes play tricks on us. Always will. And then you hear, well, things got to get worse before they get better. Man, there's no way we can really know if it's going to get worse or better. But us being fed this line of crap that this is the end of tyranny, enlightenment, and freedom, you know what that's doing? It's making people just go back on the couch and sitting there on their ass and waiting for it to happen to them. Like whether it's Ron Paul, like save us for our rights, or it's the Disclosure Project. Let's get the truth out there so our galactic friends can come help us save us from the evil tyranny of the reptilian race and the Illuminati, or let's save ourselves from death and make ourselves fucking robot cyborgs and have nanobots in our blood that kill and destroy all disease so we can live in this material world forever. You know, what doesn't matter what it is, and especially today, it's all bullshit. You know, everything I've been hearing about it, what's happened? What's changed? Nothing. Shit's still getting worse. People just trying to convince themselves it's just, you know, it'll get better. Just give it a little more time. You can wish in one hand and crap in the other, see which gets filled first. Nothing is changing. It's getting worse. And it's going to get worse. Especially with all of us apathetic losers just sitting around waiting for spiritual guidance. Besides all that, the obvious logic and reason, which is very difficult for most of us to wrap our heads around as it is, because we can't even see what's right in front of our face, the prophecies that have been told for so long about these times, Bible prophecy, Mayan calendar, you know, astrological ages, the astrologers will tell you the same thing. It's so funny. The astrologers will tell us about the Age of Aquarius, how it's going to be really great and fancy and a beautiful, wonderful thing. And then they get into how the age is split down the middle. One part is good, the other is bad. First part is good. First half of the 1,000 years or whatever is positive, then the next is not. Well, wait a second. You said the Age of Aquarius is good, it's golden. So what happens? I mean, if it's 1,000 years of great shit happening, and then all of a sudden tyranny takes place where humanity becomes a prisoner, doomed, basically, that's what they all say. Well, wouldn't that mean that it's all bullshit because we haven't seen it coming? I mean, if it was so great, why wouldn't it stay great? It obviously points to a deception. First 1,000 years is great, freedom. For 1,000 years, the golden age or something. What happens after that? I actually heard an astrologer say, tyranny. There's this bondage that humanity goes back into. I'm like, wait, how? How could that happen? And he kind of had this attitude, well, who gives a shit? I ain't going to be alive then. You know, it's 1,000 years from now. So what? You're not paying attention to what the Age of Aquarius is if you're saying that. That is an astrologer saying that. He thinks just because he ain't gonna be alive then, that Aquarian age, he's gonna miss that bomb coming this way. You just said half the age of Aquarius. First half is good, second half is bad. So what happens in the second half? Prison, tyranny, deception, a veil lifted, humanity waking up and looking around saying, "Oh my God, we've been fooled. This is a lie. It's been a lie, and now it's over." That's what it points to. And I don't want to admit this. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm like really into this shit, you know? Like, yay, Aquarian age, woohoo! That's what we're doing. We're waiting for someone. Waiting for Ron Paul. Waiting for the Pleiadians, the galactic freaking community, UFO disclosure. When are they going to disclose the truth about UFOs? Earth's magnetic field has been weakening for the past 200 years. It's weakened 15%. And it's increasing to weaken at an exponential rate. Scientists theorize and think this is going to lead to a pole shift. Think about it. Past 200 years, about 15%. What's going to happen when it hits 50%? Is that then the pole's going to flip over? And what's going to happen when the poles shift? You know, people, we have this fantasy of something great happening, no matter what. What does the Earth's magnetic field do for it in the first place? Partly it's responsible for the migration of the animals during the season changes, right? Well, haven't you seen what's going on with all these animals? Washing up on shore everywhere, can't find where they have to go. Birds can't even, they're just dropping right out of frickin' sky. They don't even know which way is up. This whole place is becoming corrupt. We use computers all the time. We understand the concepts of a hard drive, right? Hard drive has a magnetic field, uses binary code. What does it do? It stores data on the disk. Your heart has a magnetic field. The soul is what stores its data as well. Water has memory. Water has this magnetic field. A hard disk has a magnetic field, stores data, uses binary code, zeros and ones. You know, just like Adam and Eve. Water, same thing. Hydrogen atom, one electron, one proton. Adam and Eve, electrons feminine, protons masculine. Yeah, you see these correspondence? So what happens when data becomes corrupt on your hard drive? For those of you who've ever had a laptop, don't put a magnet near the hard drive. That will destroy your data, because that magnetic field is going to influence the code that's written in on it. So the ones are going to become zeros, zeros become ones. Cannot be read by the computer, and you got to clean it somehow. If you can't clean it, can't be restored, you got to get a new one. How do we clean it? All you do, antivirus, right? Well, I have a Mac. I don't need to do that shit. But you can do a hard drive defragmentation. If you still have some data that can be saved, if some of it's been corrupted, you try to partition it. You separate the bad from the good, the corrupt data which can't be read, so you could salvage some of the photos and movies and songs and shit that you stole off of the internet. Movement or truth to happen or occur, and I'm looking around, I don't see that happening. Where's the proof of it's going to be like that? You know? All the proof points to it's going to be getting worse, and it's a deception. It's a lie, and we're eating that shit up. Everyone's sitting on their ass listening to this stuff. Just like me, I know how you feel. We've all had our beautiful pineal gland or exciting awakening experience that has occurred in between these past 10 years or so, ever since 9/11 happened. We've had these incredible experiences. And what have we done with them? We have done nothing with them. A lot of it has just scared us, intimidated us, and made us even more apathetic than we were. It'll be okay. Somebody else will save us. Let me tell you something, man. No matter how much you want to trust somebody, you'll never find all that faith you're looking for in another human being. Not because they're evil, just because they have their faults just as much as you do. Every single time when you put your faith in somebody, all your trust into them, you will always be let down. No matter if it's your parents, even if you got great parents, human beings are not perfect, man. And that's what we're searching for. You know what you're really searching for is God. We don't even know what that is like. It's because we have no frame of reference. We have nothing to compare and contrast to. We don't know what true love is. We don't really know what truth is, because everything's been a lie. Lies, lies, lies. You're 5 years old, your parents tell you all about these wonderful characters, Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, and then when you're older they say, no, it's not real. You find out it's bullshit, it's a lie. Like, why would they lie to you about that? I mean, if it's not real, be honest with me. I don't tell my son Santa Claus is real and all that shit. No, I tell them what's real is my love for you, your mother's love for you. God is real. The truth. I don't want to lie to him. Because you're going to give him something, this idea that everything's beautiful, and then you're going to steal that from him. So AI, artificial intelligence. You've seen a million movies about this. The Matrix, Terminator, even a new movie coming out, The Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. I'm trying to tell you something, man, about this cube approaching, or this transformer, transhumanism, where men, women, humanity becomes cyborgs, which is carbon, Earth 666, the beast. Once that happens, when humanity physically merges with machine, most people, most atheists and scientists don't even understand and see that human beings have a soul or a spirit, because they can't see it, so it doesn't exist. That's the trap. They want to live forever, and that is hell. That's exactly what hell is. Just like the Borg in Star Trek. You ever watch Star Trek? You see that cube ship, and they're all one intelligence. No one has any control over themselves. They just assimilate and take over. Well, that's why we see these movies that artificial intelligence just doesn't feel anything, no emotion, just has one thing on its mind, and that is to hunt and kill. That's because the intellect, or the mind, the ego, cannot love, cannot know or trust, is a natural paranoid doubter, because it can only see things as separate, cannot see the whole, very unsure of itself. That's why your mind is the doubter. And the best they can do is probability, where your heart and soul just knows, okay, how do you know? As I just have a feeling, I know it. You can't feel it. The mind and the intellect cannot sense. Why am I telling you this? What the hell is the point, Brandon? This Aquarian age coincides with exactly what's going to happen. This earth is going to be cordoned off. Satan wants his own kingdom. This magnetic field weakening is going to be causing a flood. The magnetic field weakening, perfect alignment with the prophecy. Every prophecy. Satan's going to get his kingdom. God's going to partition it and say, here, there, you can have that garbage. Yeah, God's going to let Satan have his kingdom. Everyone's going to be trapped in this cube. And then, he gets what he wants. And that cube, with Pandora's box, Pinhead, Needlehead, these guys and characters, he starts making this puzzle box and moving it and opening it. He opens up a gateway to hell. That's exactly what it is. That's hell.